Today, we are cracking open some BGS slabs. Yes.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Okay, so we are cracking slabs today. A lot of these cards were graded twice already, and we're going to be sending them in for another time. You'll see here that there's certain grades where it's like you're kind of just rolling the dice for that higher grade. It's a 0.5 difference, and that's what it's going to come down to. You're looking for that 0.5. So I suggest if you're ever going to consider doing this silly wasting of money game, you look very closely at your grades, because not all cards are worth it to regrade. For example, you see here, this is 3 9.5s and an 8.5, right? So what you're hoping is that this becomes a 9, okay? Which it's very possible. 8.5 to 9 could come back as an 8, that subgrade. But there's about a 0.5 plus or minus for every one of those subgrades. So this is kind of a reasonable one that you'd not expect that you'll take the shot at regrading to get a 9.5. This is something that you grade once, and you see that 7 surface grade. This is a near mint card, right? Near mint's allowed to have 1 or 2 small things like that. A 7 surface grade isn't going to make this not near mint, but it's going to make it not gradable. It's not regradable because it's going to get that low grade again. So, cards like that, you're kind of just cracking out to enter permanently raw status. You see that 8 right there? Like, this can only go down, really. It's not going to go higher than an 8.5. So, I mean, maybe a 9 if you're lucky, but not. It's more like the 9 on this one is the exception, not the rule, even among regrading shenanigans. And that's what this is. This is regrading shenanigans. Everybody does shenanigans. These are regrading shenanigans. So, tools you will need. You're going to need a nice wire cutter or nippers. Front end nippers are nice, okay? You will need a screwdriver. You want a nice fine point on it, too. That's why I got this one. Maybe I'll use this in the beginning to get that first little crack in. But you also want a bad boy so that you can slide it in and pop that case easily without worrying about, getting too crazy with it, okay? You do want scissors because there's an inner case on these that you're going to have to get in as well to get the card raw again. Get that card raw. Okay, let's move some of these tools. And these are just small nippers, just in case you need to get detailed plastic cutting. This is for plastic cutting. The screwdrivers are for plastic breaking. Okay. Oh, Prime, you're funny. Okay. So, first one, you want to take the corner, because that's going to get you the most, it's going to do the most to the case. Okay. Nice. Let's get in there better. Some people will go right for it and crack right in. I like to take a little bit at a time. I'm not worried about it taking time. Okay, if you can see that, now there's like a little bit of purchase. I want to see if I can get the screwdriver in there. No, not yet. Keep going at it. Okay. Yeah, this one should be it. That was a miss. That was a miss. All right. Now, you see how you can see the two different layers of plastic of the case? Now we can get that screwdriver in there. I'm actually even going to go right for this one because this is, oh, bro, good luck for keeps. Because this, might be able to get in there, maybe not. Go for the little one. Yep, boom. Once you can get the screwdriver in there, it's actually kind of easy. You hear that? That's the sonic weld popping along the seams, okay? So now I can get this one in there. And okay. Now, where's the big guy? Got that label. Boom. And there you go. Okay, now you have your inner plastic layer. You're going to want to get it to one end. And let's get this. Okay. That looks pretty reasonable. Let's toss this. Get a sleeve. Okay, now scissors. This is the most like harrowing part of the journey right here. Do not take your eyes off the prize. Do not slip. Do not drink while you're doing this. Do not do coke before you do this or any type of stimulants. All right. After holding my breath, it is done. Now you can open your plastic case, as you can see here. All right, let's just get that guy in there. Direct case-to-case transfer. How do you like that? And we will put this liberated card aside. What did you think of that, huh? So that's how you get a card out of a BGS case. Now, let's chop through a stack of cards. Once you get one deep, the rest come a lot easier. All right. Allerin. We'll look at the grades that it got both times. I'll put this aside too. So previously, you can see why I regraded it. It was two 9.5s and two 9s. However, I got unlucky. They actually changed it to, well, it's still two 9.5s and two 9s, but you see now the surface is a 9.5, whereas it was previously a 9, and edges are a 9, whereas previously it was a 9.5. So this shows you that all of these little grades, right? Like if I get the surface 9.5 on this one, this is a 9.5. You see what I'm saying? So that makes it worth it to crack this out and try and, you know, get that decimal place. Get that decimal. All right, let's go a little big from the beginning this time. Yeah, see, that's more difficult too. So you do it how you want. I like to take, when I'm starting, I like to do little chunks. And move up to bigger chunks. Okay. Let's see here. We have the plastic is ready to open. Okay. You should move your tools out of the way every time and just have one tool around. Let me put this away. I don't foresee me needing this. Okay. Aha. Initial open. Oh, okay. So this is going to show you what to do when you encounter this, because this will happen too. It's not horrible, but it's not great. You just have to avoid. You see, okay. So what happened was it started splitting down here on this chunk only. So if I kept on prying this chunk, this would have split down here, right? This segment would have come off. Then you would have been left with your card exposed and this part still sealed on. So what I did was I worked the screwdriver further in to get past the crack and then pop it up, because, yeah, to give support to the crack, kind of, so that, yeah, like that, so that you can pop the case without messing with your card. All right. So what do you guys think of this? You think it's a silliness? You think it's a worthwhile endeavor? You know, you never know which grader your cards are going to get, right? They can, maybe they had a really awesome breakfast. Maybe they didn't, you know, maybe they're having a bad day, and that's the risk you're going to have to take, okay? Yeah, this is very close here. I'm going to actually end up probably using a razor on this because it is so tight in there, the new cases. This is fairly new graded, so yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to risk the scissors on that. That's a razor job. This is the new plastic. If you can see it, it's... you know what? Actually, no. I don't think I need to do that. I'll show you. Nope, I don't need to do that. Silly me. As long as there's space on the vertical, you can do this. And the card is accessible there. Okay. Just be careful. Boom. Card. So I guess I didn't need a razor. I'm overthinking it. Okay. And there you go. Card number 2. I don't know if I'll need the big boy anymore. Okay. Let's go for a fancy boy. This is for you, Prime. It had gotten... It was a quad 9 plus plus plus, and that was a quad 9 plus. This easily should be a 9.5. I know who pulled this. I saw them pull it. Like, there's no reason that this should be a 9. This is silliness, so I'm just going to send it in again and try and get that 9.5. City of Traitors. You know what it is when it's a card like this, right? This is the best card in the set, or it battles for best card with survival. What it is population control. Population control. Beckett doesn't want to have too many 9.5s of the good cards out there. And you'll see that often in an order where the lesser 2 cards from a set, one is like the premier card from the set, and you got a okay card from the set, right? And the okay card from the set will get a 9.5, and the premier card from the set will get a 9, even if they're both packed fresh from the same like box, you know, and the same sheet, the same rare sheet. Even if all that was the case, it's still likely that the better card is going to get a lower grade. Freaking population control. It's so silly. Oh, nice. That's an easy one. Oh, thank you. This is the newer case, and it was a little bit easier than the older case. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's get a sleeve. Okay. Trim it Where'd I put those? For the memes, I should just slip and be like, oh, right in front of Prime and chop this in half. That would be kind of the greatest thing ever, but I also don't want to lose a city of traders, so we're not going to do that today. Okay. Such a badass card right there. Yes. Hello, Millmaster. How you doing? Okay. 3 cards. Liberated. Ah, Karn, the great creator. Too bad it's not Karn Liberated. Ha, ha. Liberate Karn Liberated. So, yeah, look. Okay. Previously, it was 3 9s and an 8.5 for corners. Now it's a 9.5 on centering, a 9.5 on edges, and 2 8.5s over here on the right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're doing a little bit of a gamble within 1 point, plus or minus a 0.5 of what you're going to get, you know? So what's funny about that Millmaster is Rudy is coming out with player slabs, meaning they're smaller, they're more contained, they're meant for players. So that's kind of crazy, huh? Okay. This is funny to do live. I was going to call it a crack party, but I figured that might set people off. I didn't know how that would go over, you know? Talking about crack parties. So if these 8.5s become 9s or 9.5 and 9.5, it can be a 9 or a 9.5 this card. I'm only cracking out cards where the grade matters to get regraded. There's some where it just doesn't matter. Well, okay, the ones that I'm cracking out, I'd rather have them raw. I'd rather have them raw. Ew. Mr. Laughing Man himself, Millmaster, I like your logo, man. I'm a fan of the Laughing Man. Probably one of the best anime villains ever. Okay, you see here, this is a 9. It's got 8.5. That can easily be a 9 and make this a 9.5. At the very least, this being a 9, the corners and maybe surface, edges, or centering another 9, at least you'll have a quad plus plus 9 instead of a basic 9 plus plus plus. You know what I mean? You don't do this to every card. It's silly to do it some cards. I made mistakes in the past like an idiot, but, you know, that's how you learn. Learn from my mistakes and do the right cards. Okay, it's being stubborn. Time to scale up the screwdriver. Get more leverage. Okay. We are chugging right along here, guys. Hello, Hot Dice. How you doing? We are just doing some surgery, liberating some prisoners. They're only going to be free a little while before they go into yet another prison Another prison system. System of a Down is awesome, by the way. Yes, Nahiri alternate art. All right. Nisa, who shakes the world. This is quite the improvement, but it could be better right here. 3 9s and 8.5, 9.5, 9.5, 8.5. Yeah, let's just try. Never hurts to, well, it can hurt to try. So, but that's the risk we take, right, guys? Snazzy cardboard rectangles, says Hot Dice. Yes, indeed. Fate is cruel for the snazziest of the cardboard rectangles. The fate to be imprisoned forever. Okay. So this happens all the time across the world. People cracking cards. Hey Jurgen, how you doing? Okay. And then after all of this is done, what we're going to do is open up actually a rare pack from a different game. Just because. Okay. This card should have always been a 9.5. It's frustrating. Look, okay. Okay. See this 9.5 on centering? If this one had the 9.5 on centering, the card would be a 9.5 overall grade. What I'm going to do is crack it open and take that chance. If surface and edges can go up to 9.5, you know, like, why can't this card be a 9.5? Tell me. Did the person grading the card, you know, sit in traffic that morning? Or did he smoke a blunt on his way into work and is in a great mood? You know what I mean? You don't know. And this is what I'm talking about again. You see that split? How we stop that from cracking here and exposing a chunk of the card while we get to the rest of it. We go in with this and we get past the crack to pry it up. You see, I wedged it in between the plastic further than the crack. Boom. All right. We're getting somewhere, guys. My pile of corpses over there. Tappy, tappy, tappy. Be gentle. Remember, be gentle with your cards, for they are individuals. That is why they have serial numbers. It is not so-and-so copy of a card. It is your copy of that card. Very different than a copy of a copy. Okay. Very nice mind over matter. Very nice mind over matter. Okay. And the last one from the regrade stack. Survival of the fittest, strictly downgraded on the 2 highest subgrades. So let's re-roll that. I pulled this card on the channel. you guys know me. I do the cards backwards or whatever, and I put them in sleeves. Like, I take care when I open cards. There's no reason surface and edges should have gotten a 9. And the centering is pretty damn nice. Like, I don't know about a 10, but maybe a 9.5. Like, it's not bad here. It really isn't. You can see it being slightly off, but that's 0.5. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We'll see, guys. Okay. How's everybody doing tonight? What do you think about this whole shenanigans, the games with grading cards? I don't do this often, especially the regrading part. I've maybe only done it once or twice before, and not for many cards. Again, you do it for 2 reasons, or I do it for 2 reasons. One is to regrade because the grades were close, and I thought that it had room to move upward. Another reason is you just don't like the grade and or the card in the slab at that grade. Time to liberate it. And that's what this pile is. These cards are just going to be raws, and we'll keep it that way. Let's start with Volrath's Stronghold. This card was graded a while ago. Oh, that was clean. Look at that. Chop, chop away. Yes. Okay. Seems like the older slabs were sealed a little bit tighter. They're a bit harder to crack. Okay. But there's a lot more room in this part. I don't have to worry at all here. I can just zip right across. And now dealing with the more difficult ones, I figured how to do this part. Okay. Gideon, Anime Planeswalker. Okay. Just got some ads. Well, I mean, I've been on a while. I figured ads would come on eventually. I think I might have it set to every half hour. Okay. We're getting down to the wire. We'll open some cards soon. And hope for that 1 of 1. Okay. So Fury. You can see that 8 surface is not going to go much higher than 8.5. Should have left it at a 9. Maybe I'll send this guy right back in to get that 9 again, or try to get that 9 again. I'll think about that one. You know what? It's pretty cheap right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to resend it. Okay. You think it could be getting an 8 surface grade because of curvature from moisture? That would be interesting. And then maybe I should do an experiment on this guy and like rehydrate it or something and see if I could kill that curve and see if I can get a better grade on that surface. That would be interesting, right? I'll think about this one. This is different. Maybe I'll do this as an experiment. Because the rest of the card got an excellent grade, so you know what I mean? Now, I've seen plenty of videos on how to rehydrate cards. Basically treat them like cigars with humidor and moisture packs. It was a 9. It got downgraded to an 8.5. I might try for that 9 again with this as well. Yeah, so hot dice, what you're saying, re-rolling slab grades, that's basically what it is. Like, there's a plus or minus with every grade, and you got to understand that graders are people too. Could have had a bad day, could have had a lovely day. You don't know. Some days maybe you're sick of cardboard. Some days you're like, oh, these are some cool cards. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. You don't know how these graders are going to feel every day. So there it is, the final card in the bunch. A good 10 to 12 soldiers liberated. Then we're going to open some rare package. Regrade that one. Okay. Cool. That was fun. I'm going to wrap up the video. You guys that are live, hang out some, and we're going to do some other stuff. Otherwise, if you're watching this as a video, remember to like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon. I'm sure I put the QR code up here. Otherwise, if you're going to buy any cards today, remember to use my TCG Player affiliate link in the description. It is free and easy to use. Helps out a lot. You just click on it and shop like normal. Otherwise, use the QR code for that. Take care. Have a lovely day. Peace.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?